So today we're talking about our new addition to the arsenal. It's the Blackmagic HyperDeck Shuttle. It was time for us to give a second wind to some of our older cameras, and we wanted to kind of find a way to get the best uncompressed footage out of all the platforms in a compact, solid, and portable device. So the HyperDeck really fit that bill. We looked at a couple of other things, mainly the Atomos, Samurai, and Ninja, and they were awesome devices. They have a touchscreen, you can preview right there on the monitor, but one of them does SDI and one of them does HDMI. And with all the different format cameras that we have, it was really tough to decide which one. The reason why we wanted something as portable as this with the external solid state drives is because workflow becomes such an issue for us when we're shooting, editing, and posting all in the same day.
Okay, so the Blackmagic HyperDeck Shuttle 2, that's what it is. There are two inputs for this, HDMI in, HDMI out. Also SDI in, SDI out, so you can do a pass-through for both of them, which are really nice. USB to control the unit and to change any settings for it, and a power adapter so you don't have to run off the internal battery. 10-bit uncompressed, DNX HD, which is an Avid codec, and Apple ProRes 422 HQ, which is awesome. Really fast transfer speeds depending on your SSD. Sturdy design, aluminum, is that what we're calling this? Okay, aluminum, very sturdy.
It's got solid construction and an adaptable base plate for a couple of $100 more that lets you mount it just about anywhere.
Let me check my list. So this unit has HD-SDI recording control pass-through, so that when you hit record on the camera, it also records on the HyperDeck itself, which is a nice feature, especially when you're doing longer shoots. One problem we ran into with that is that if you run out of room on your cards on the actual camera itself, it will also stop recording on the external unit, so sometimes it's not good to use that pass-through. Blackmagic rolls out updates for this unit pretty often, which is good. They like to keep their devices up to date. So future forward, they might be able to add a couple extra features, but there really are a limited amount of buttons. I think display is the only one that really doesn't do anything right now. I think that's it for the positives. There's not a lot on the front of this unit. The only thing you can see is an SSD indicator and a video input indicator, and 4 lights to indicate battery charge. So there's really not a lot of feedback coming out of this device. You can't change any of the settings on the device itself. You can only do that through a remote control software, which you can either run on a Mac or a PC.
Yeah, the thing was $327, and this little piece of metal was an additional $200. And then you gotta buy adapters that they don't tell you about. Then you gotta buy a solid state drive.
The battery has decent life, but again, you can't replace it.
I think going forward, we'd like to see a little bit more transparency and maybe some added features. Adding this little box to our arsenal made the P2 cameras so much faster. It sped up the workflow significantly. We no longer had to ingest cards, log in transfer footage. We could simply plug this drive in right to the computer and work at USB 3.0 speeds. It really sped things up and gave us 10-bit uncompressed footage. What used to take us an hour to do for 720p native, we can now do with the same footage in a 10-bit uncompressed format.